What's good, man? It's your boy Juicy J, man. Shout out to Virtual Homework Podcast.
It is a sad day in podcast history.
I'm crying. Why are we sad?
As a podcast, you may think this is a two-man operation, but actually we have had more than just us on the podcast. I would like to dedicate this episode to our fallen comrade. This is going to make it sound like they died. Holy shit.
Wait, what happened?
Goodbye to our regular guests, Dana's mom, and the person also in Dana's house that has a CPAP machine. Unfortunately, they will no longer be with us. All I want to say is that Dana got a new place. I'm very happy for him, and we finally will not have these goddamn beeps in the background. I know that as a podcast, at 50-something episodes, you've got accustomed to them, and Dana's probably looking at me like, how dare he even acknowledge the CPAP machine on the podcast? But I want to say it's the last time you're ever going to hear it. There we go. That's how the podcast starts.
We can edit in some beep noises just for
I could like find a CPAP machine like in the background, put it real low, make it. Yeah, pretty much exactly that. But I'm very excited. This is a new era in podcasting for the Virtual Homework Podcast. I'm Sam.
I'm Dana.
And this is a Virtual Homework podcast. It's not a video game podcast anymore. We're actually expanding to other things: art, culture, memes, music.
More like fart culture.
I mean, if that's a video game, maybe. This is a video game podcast, and I'm getting really off topic, but I'm just very excited. I'm saying we're coming off multiple 2-week breaks, and like we're probably going to have to take another week break because I'm moving. What are you excited about?
I just moved. Like, I'm in my own place. Like, I don't have to get yelled at or spanked for like cooking food at like 10 p.m.
Yeah, remember that episode, what was it, like 27, where like we had to take a mid-podcast break because Dana's mom spanked him on the podcast. What the hell are we talking about?
On the Patreon only, you know.
Oh my god, that's actually kind of disturbing. But no, this is a Virtual Homework Podcast. It's a video game podcast. I don't know why I keep saying this is a Virtual Homework Podcast, but
I like that better.
This is a Virtual Homework Podcast. No one's denying that. I just keep saying that over and over again. Take up the hour or hour and a half, considering last episode we just went over so much. Holy shit, we talked forever. What did we play last week? We played Celeste for the last 2 weeks. Did you play more Celeste? You said you were going to play more of the game.
I wanted to. No, just between moving and everything else, I just didn't want to like put brain power into anything that was like more than just like my go-to games. Like obviously outside of the podcast, we have our like comfort games. I know you play like Hearthstone. I'm not sure if you still do, but
I do. I've been playing Battlegrounds. There's been some updates. It's been fun. I also didn't play any Celeste. The reason why we didn't have a podcast last week, like we had like a week where we had to skip because just our schedules didn't line up, and then like we had to skip this last week because I got the COVID vaccine the day before the podcast, and I'm like, I was a little fatigued for the last one, but there was like some clips of me saying like, oh, I'm high off that vaccine, bro. That's why I'm so spacey.
Yeah,
I was a little too high off the vaccine this time. Let's just say I was bedridden from being so high off that vaccine.
Moderna or Pfizer?
It was Pfizer. It was just second shot. I mean, it's standard COVID symptoms. I'm not gonna bore people with my COVID vaccine story that everyone else has heard and everyone else has seen, like social media of someone getting their vaccine card filled.
Did you poop?
I think I did that weekend, but I was just a little too vaxxed out to do the podcast. Honestly, like, I don't want this to like sound alarmist and weird, and I definitely think the vaccine's worth it. But like, I feel like I have not fully recovered from the vaccine. It's been like a week, and I'm still feeling like a little bit weird because of it. Does that mean the 5G is working? No, I don't even want to make that joke. That's so stupid. I don't know. Enough vaccine talk. What did we play for the last, I guess, 2 weeks?
We played something a little bit special this week, something that's been on my radar for a bit. We played Pokémon Snap. As for those that know, they remade Pokémon Snap. Well,
no one knows that. If you're listening to a video game podcast, you probably don't know they made a Pokémon Snap.
Me, damn it. I'm trying to sound professional and shit. I'm just like, everybody get
the last 2 weeks he's been taking broadcaster lessons. He's trying to like get some radio gods.
I haven't done shit for the last 2 weeks, but like order
except
and play
move.
video games.
Except, move locations. Moving is the literal worst activity possible.
It's fucking awful. Could do. It's like nothing prepares you for it. Like you think you have everything ready, and then it's like, fuck.
Yeah, it's like fuck, and you didn't even have that many things. Imagine me with literally every single thing in the world. I have 45 couches. How am I going to move next week?
Where do you have 45 couches?
They're all stacked together. It's kind of like, you know, those like folding chairs, how you could stack them.
Do you just make mad forts?
Yeah, I have too many pillows at this point. It's kind of a problem.
Let me ask you, on your bed, do you like to have like 1,000,000 pillows?
I am lucky that I do not sleep in my bed alone, and I only need one pillow, but Angela needs a lot of pillows. That's how it is.
I need 2 for my head. I need like 1 on the side of my head and like 1 between my legs.
You and Pink Loon Games would share a lot of similarities in the pillow department. That sounds so fucking wrong, and I'm such a fucking creep for saying that. Anyway, holy shit!
Pokemon Snap.
We play Pokemon Snap. So the thing is, we like to play games when they're new. Obviously, at this point, since we skipped last week, the game is barely new. It's still in your mind, though. You're still willing to hear that Pokemon Snap content as a viewer. You're like, give me that new media. Let me consume. How much nostalgia do you have for the original Pokemon Snap game? I feel like that's a valid question.
I feel like I had a lot more than I actually did going into this, if that makes sense.
That does not make sense, because there's 2 ways I can interpret that. Are you saying that you didn't think you had a lot of nostalgia, but when you started playing this game, you had a lot of nostalgia? Or you thought you had more nostalgia, and when you're playing it, like you're like, oh, I didn't really actually remember that much from the original game?
Yeah, it was the second one you said. It was more so I thought I was really nostalgic for this game, but then I playing, I'm like, oh yeah, this is just Pokemon Snap. Not to say that this was a bad game or anything. This very much so felt like a game I couldn't play for long periods. So it was like I really feel like I could only play it for like a half hour at a time before I'm like, all right, I can do something else. Granted, during that period I had a lot of fun, but I just could not sit and like play it. You know?
Yeah,
what I mean?
I don't think that is the makers of a bad or markers of a bad game. I think that this game, like, it is 100%, like, one of the reasons it's so successful is because it's 100% preying on the nostalgia of people who love the original Pokemon Snap. I feel like Pokemon Snap was, during the time when it was released, it wasn't necessarily considered like one of the better games. I think it actually got mediocre reviews, but it's like, people look back on it, it's like pretty much a perfect game. Like for the N64, like it's just considered like a amazing game, like that people really only look upon it fondly. But I really feel like a lot of people like the game, but like they really don't remember anything about it. Like, yes, I know there are going to be a lot of people disagreeing with me.
It was in that era of like when everyone was like into like the I Spy books, you know, like Where Waldo and stuff like that. Everything was like search and find, which is basically what Pokemon Snap is you're just like searching and finding around a 3D plane for these Pokemon, for these specific events to get these better photos and stuff like that.
But like where I'm trying to go with this, like in terms of nostalgia for me, I have never played Pokemon Snap. I've never. I watched my friend play Pokemon Snap in like elementary school.
I beat the ever loving shit out of Pokemon Snap.
I mean, Pokemon Snap is actually the original game. You could beat it in like one sitting. It's not that long.
Yeah.
But I really don't have nostalgia for this game. I barely remember anything about it, and I went into this being like, oh, I have fond memories of Pokemon Snap, but I'm not sure why. I don't really know anything about this game. So going into that, like, I felt like I was a little bit different. Like, I feel like a lot of people my age playing this game just absolutely loved the ever-living shit out of the original Pokemon Snap, and because of that, they were like coming in with like not really high expectations, but like their moods were high. And while my mood was like not low, like I was coming in a lot more neutral. I personally thought this game was pretty good. I wouldn't say this is the best game we played on the podcast, but I enjoyed my time playing it.
Really?
Yeah. So it's one of those things. I agree with you where I played it in short spurts. It's a game that I wouldn't consider like, I wouldn't even consider it like to have that much depth. I thought it was a pretty shallow experience, but like during that time, it was just like I had like amazement and wonderment while I was going through these planes.
Oh, yeah, it's just like something chill that you can play for like 45 minutes to an hour, and then like put down and like come back to it later. You know?
Yeah, like honestly, like I'm not sure I feel about the game as like an actual concept. Like it's basically a rail shooter that goes really slow, and the saving grace is that it's Pokemon, and Pokemon are cute, and that's like literally the one reason why you want to play this game. But like from an actual gameplay perspective, like I kind of thought it dragged a little bit. I was just excited to see the Pokemon, and maybe that's contradictory.
So, like, my major qualms with the game are the original, because of the limitations of graphics, there weren't as much ground clutter, there wasn't as much, like, foliage for things to get hidden in, the bright Pokemon against, like, the N64 polygons made it quite easy to find things versus like in the modern era where the ground clutter is absolutely insane with all like the different foliage and backgrounds and everything like that. I found it a lot harder to find.
I actually made a point of this. Like, do you think that like foliage in like newer games just like all looks exactly the same? Like, I feel it looks like stock foliage. Like, I like looked at this like, oh, this looks like every other game with like a green forest I've ever seen for the Nintendo Switch. Like, come on, But yeah, I also agree that like there are a lot of Pokemon that blended into the landscape. Like, yeah, it's a lot more vibrant when you have like only I don't know how many colors you could have in the N64, but like the polygons, you could actually like see things pop a little bit more. It's kind of ironic.
Instead of, it would just be like a triangle for like a leaf instead of being like 70 million individual polygons, like as it is now, that just covers everything and stuff like that.
I do feel
were beautiful though.
Yeah, they definitely were beautiful. I do feel like the game is a little bit too advanced for its own good. Like, I feel like one of the reasons why the Pokemon Snap was so good, basically what you're saying is that like because of its limitations, like you're able to like forgive a lot of like I don't know, like the fact that like you could move around the Switch for motion controls, like I thought that was cool, but mainly like a gimmick. Like the game being so high tech, like kind of made you feel. Not made you feel, it kind of made you think about like why this game exists, and like I couldn't really think of any answers to that. Like I was thinking like, why do they put so much effort into this when I could just play the original, if that makes sense? I feel like
there is an unbelievable amount of content in this game.
Yeah. When you
the amount of content that's in this game is unreal.
Yeah, when you think about this game versus the original Pokemon Snap, like original Pokemon Snap, you could beat in one sitting. I don't know how long it takes 100% the game for Pokemon Snap, but like this one, like you cannot 100% run this game. Like there are people currently that are like Pokemon fanboys who have not completed their Pokédex or whatever it is. Because I think all 800 Pokemon in this game or whatever.
I'm actually not certain. I mean, I think it's like 600 something, but still, it's like
hundreds.
To have. Yeah, there's hundreds, because what happens is every time you go back to a level, Pokemon might react differently because of as you level up at a specific level, the Pokemon quote-unquote get more comfortable with you, so they may do different actions, they may react to what you do with them differently to allow for like better shots. Basically, the game is you're rated like 1 through 4 stars based on how well of a shot you do. Just getting a regular shot of them might give you 1. If they're like in a running action or if they're a surprise, you might get a 2. But then a lot of times to get 3 or 4, you have to do like a specific thing, whether it's like trigger some sort of event that makes them like run up a mountain and you know, do something crazy that might get like do something out of the normal, which is where I actually had a lot of the fun trying to figure out like how to get these 3 and 4 star shots out of some of these Pokemon.
Yeah, I didn't really like understand the meta too much. I was just taking dope shots, and occasionally I would get these like really, really high scoring point ones. But like, yeah, I feel like by design, like you kind of feel like you're missing out on everything while you're playing the game. It's like, oh god, if I take a shot here, like you kind of have to make these like game theory decisions where it's like, do I want to like look at this and see if like a Pokemon flies by, or do I want to look in this like one corner and see if like a Pokemon, like I feel like a lot of like, yes, there are different like sequences of events when you like level up your character in a certain like trail, but like I almost feel like there has to be some sort of like chain event where if you like take a picture of a Pokemon in a certain level, like all of a sudden it'll unlock like something else. Like I feel like every single time I go into one of these levels, it is slightly different. So there is that level of replayability that I think they actually have really have down pat.
My only main problem is, let's say I feel like I missed a shot, like I was about to do something that would get that shot. Just to replay that level, just to focus on that one Pokemon is kind of tedious. Yeah,
I feel like this game is better when you don't try to completionist everything. Like, you just got to let go. You just got to understand there's going to be new trails with different Pokemon, and you're going to have fun with those. I mean, the thing is, the game has tons of content. Like, I think that
it's unreal.
We played Balan Wonderland, and we both agree that the game actually had an impressive amount of content that made it almost worth more than $5. But like, this game actually feels like a $60 game, and it's been a while since I played a game that actually cost $60 that I felt like, hey, this is $60.
I know you're not like the biggest Pokemon fan in the universe. Like, you know, I'm a huge Pokemon
I love
fan.
Sword and Shield, so I don't.
Well, meaning like you don't like sit there standing the franchise like a lot of people do.
Yeah,
but, like,
yeah.
To hear you say like, oh, hey, this is actually a really fun game, and you were excited to see like the cute Pokemon, because I feel like when you think of Pokemon in the traditional sense, they're more like aggressive, you know, fighting.
I 100% think of Pokemon as cute. I don't think of Pokemon as like the fucking like Tyrannosaurus Rex Pokemon.
I mean that in the way of like how it's presented in like any other games where you're like battling and stuff like that.
Legalized dogfighting.
Yeah, they seem a lot more sterile versus like having these Pokemon like in the wild, living their lives in like a wild setting is something that's unfounded in any of the other Pokemon, really anything, to be honest. And it's kind of refreshing and cool to see, like, fucking Slacking just like sleeping, or whether it's a Pichu chasing around a Grookey or something like that. It's a very charming game for sure.
Yeah, I enjoyed it, and like I don't see myself. I don't even know if I'm going to beat this game, but I can see myself just going back in the next couple of days, just because like I really can get a lot of enjoyment out of half an hour. How far did you get in this game?
So I took the completionist route. I think that's probably why I got burnt out so much, because I was trying to get like all like the 1 to 4 star shots from like the first route. I to be honest, I only got to like the 3rd route because I was just 100%ing everything.
Yeah, I could see that happening, and like I see you actually spending more time than me on this, like even trying to do that. Like I got like laser focus in like the one of the game modes, so like I didn't actually like look at the metagame until like very late into my playthrough. Like I didn't go into like the cabin or whatever you can do to like look at the Pokemon you've currently looked at taking shots of, or like go online. I didn't do that until like multiple hours into my playthrough. I feel like the game doesn't really handle, like it doesn't baby you and make you do all these things.
Well, for you, it's like you don't even know who half these fucking Pokemon are. So you're like, oh, what the fuck's that? And you just take a picture of it. Versus, like, I feel like me and a lot of other people play this game play a lot more methodically.
Methodologically. I don't.
Yeah,
neither of us can pronounce words. It's fine.
You know the word. We know the word we're trying to say. Going through it, knowing which Pokemon is which, what their actions are, and stuff like that. Like you just kind of went in there, like, oh, look at this cool, cute thing. I'm gonna take a picture of it, which I feel like made you enjoy the game so much more. Like I actually envy you for that.
Yeah, well, okay, it good and bad, because like if I recognize a Pokemon, I'm like, oh shit, I gotta take a picture of that. But like otherwise, I was just kind of like mindlessly just like shot. I'm like, I guess these are Pokemon, so I gotta take pictures of them. Like I was either hyper enthused or like just kind of going through the motions. I don't know. Like in terms of like the actual extra features of this game, like the online, I thought was pretty lacking. You could only see other people's pictures and then just give them a like. I wish I could like actually like comment on people's photos, or like I don't know.
No Nintendo game allows you to.
Yeah,
comment
I feel like
kids.
I feel like complaining about Nintendo Online is just like cliche at this point. Like, of course, it's not going to be good. No one expects good from Nintendo. I mean, like Nintendo just like randomly updated the online mode of Super Mario Party or whatever, and everyone was like freaking the fuck out because like literally no one expected them to do something good, and they finally actually added online on boards.
What did they do for that?
They added the online functionality where you could play boards against people. Before it was just mini games. That's actually dope. That's like the only good Nintendo online thing I've thought of in recent memory. But like back on the game, like I was kind of like I was over the plot immediately. I did not give a shit about like this Pokemon, like why I'm taking photos of Pokemon. I just wanted to take photos of Pokemon. That's all I did. You can just be like, here's a camera. Just take a photo. It's a Pokemon. That's all I need for the plot. That would actually be better, I think.
It's basically you're like following the footsteps of some adventurer from 100 years ago to trying to get like these Pokemon that glow, the Illumina Pokemon or some shit like that.
I mean, I understand when you're like in the anime or something, like you need Team Rocket to be the big baddie, but like even in the original games, the plot. Okay, I can't really talk for the future games, which I actually know like Black and White and like some of these newer games have like a pretty intense plot. However, like I always felt like Pokemon is like, it's a RPG with Pokemon that like they need a plot to advance the game, so like they kind of have this like superficial plot. I never really cared about the plot too much in Pokemon games, so it was kind of more of
I feel like most people don't. It was more about like the adventure. Like Pokemon has always been very gameplay focused, I feel.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was trying to get at. So like with that, I felt like they were a little bit too
definitely gameplay focused.
I thought it was gameplay focused, but I think it was a little bit more plot focused than the other games. Maybe that was just me. Maybe I just did not give a shit about the plot. I just wanted to take some photos. That's really it.
That is very true. It felt kind of wordy. You're just like introducing characters and you're trying to get like their motivations. It's like, I just want to take photos of, Pichu taking a dump like behind a tree.
Yeah, I didn't even care when there were two people, and then like all of a sudden they're introducing other people, and like I don't know, the professor's boyfriend. The professor's name is Mirror. Can we talk about how Professor
Mirror?
Yeah, who names a person Mirror?
That's actually weird because all the professors are usually like Professor Oak, Professor Acorn, Professor Birch.
Maybe trying to say you could be a professor. Just look in the mirror. Hashtag inspirational. Okay? Hashtag inspirational.
Hashtag fucking stupid face.
This game did inspire me. Wow. Look at that transition. This game did inspire me actually to play my Switch in a bit of a different way.
How so?
I am 99% a handheld gamer, and obviously you're a Switch Lite user, so you cannot play this game in handheld mode. Actually, the more I think about it, yeah, that Super Mario Party news sucks for you because Super Mario Party is one of the only games that's not compatible with the Switch Lite. Because you have to use individual Joy-Cons, so like have fun playing the mini games as like you like literally hold your entire Switch. Oh my god, so dumb. Anyway, I played this game handheld mode for a while, and I was borrowing someone else's Joy-Con because mine has such insufferable Joy-Con drift, like it's literally impossible to play this game. I enjoyed it in handheld mode, but it's like a nearly completely different experience, I feel, playing this in handheld mode versus docked. Like I actually enjoyed it docked more.
I feel like I would have enjoyed it significantly more on like a bigger screen with a controller, to be honest.
Yeah, so playing this game in the portable mode really emphasizes the motion controls. Did you use the motion controls a lot in this game?
No.
Okay, I felt like the motion controls played a larger part when you were playing this game with like in handheld mode. Yes, you don't need the motion controls, but the motion controls have a much bigger advantage when you're literally holding the screen and you're like doing shit.
Yeah. Well, it's like when I'm like laying in bed, I don't want to be like...
You don't want to like be driving a car in bed. I don't know.
Yeah.
But no, I felt like I could actually just play this game as like a normal video game. I'm anti-motion controls. I thought the motion controls were cool as a gimmick in this game particularly, but like they wore thin for me very easily. I feel like that's usually how it goes. Like in Odyssey, I just straight up think the game should not have motion controls. I think they suck. But
I said the same thing when the Wii U came out. I felt like there was a missed opportunity to have Pokémon Snap on the Wii U where you hold your system as a camera.
Oh yeah. I don't know. I feel like all these things are cool in concept, but I just hate motion controls because like, yes, I understand that like video games don't inherently mean you're lazy, but when I play video games, I want to be lazy unless I'm playing an exercise game like In the Groove or something like that. I genuinely hate motion controls so much, and I feel like any controller gimmick really, like you see all this stuff like PlayStation 3 had 6-axis, and then PlayStation 4 had like the touchpad. I can't think of
many games where I actually liked it. I think there are a couple games for the original Wii that I actually liked some of the motion
Wii
controls
Sports, obviously. The Wii would have absolutely people would have hated motion controls in the Wii if Wii Sports didn't, or if Wii Sports wasn't amazing. Like Wii Sports,
like, for
sold
example,
the concept.
I really liked like Trauma Center was actually really fun with the motion controls.
I only played the DS version, which was dope, but I never played the Wii version. I heard the Wii one was better.
Yeah, the Wii one was really good. I actually liked the Dragon Ball Z fighting game, Budokai Tenkaichi 3 on the Wii, because you'd have to attack, you'd have to like swing it around and be like, ha! And it was like really, really fun. I used to play that with my friends all the time.
Yeah, that's the problem, though. I feel... Well, no, that's not the problem. Like those games are definitely good, and I've heard good things about Budokai Tenkaichi 3? Tenkaichi 3. I knew I was messing something up there, but I don't know. Like, I feel like it worked with the Wii, and people are trying to emulate the Wii success, and it's just like, I don't give a shit about motion controls. Stop.
It doesn't.
Stop.
It's like the 3D they tried doing with everything, like fucking
3DS, 3D TVs. Imagine buying a 3D TV, like it was so obvious it was going to fail immediately. It's like same with curved TVs. I'm like, no one is going to have a curved TV in 10 years. Don't buy this. Those are like super expensive also. But yeah, going back to the game, like I think that this game, like did you like turn up the sensitivity in the settings too?
I had to because it was just so slow. I felt like I was missing stuff.
So yeah, when I was playing in handheld mode, I had sensitivity all the way up, and like also for like the touchscreen controls, like I was zipping across the map. But yeah, like the game when you're playing with sensitivity fully up on a console, like or in console mode, like it functions well enough that like it was a really fun experience that I enjoyed more than handheld mode. However, they're both fun. I think that for Switch Lite owners, it's okay.
This is definitely a game I wish I had a way to connect this to a TV. I'm surprised someone hasn't come up with like some like hack or something like that to use a Switch Lite on like a TV or something like that.
Yeah. I feel like there's probably something you could do with the charger port, but I don't know. If I had to do it all over again, I would still not get a Switch Lite. I mean, obviously you just kind of got a Switch Lite for whatever reason.
I like it.
So, but I might actually get like they're coming out with like a new Switch Pro or something later. I don't know. There's only rumors. I saw a bunch of stuff like maybe in the future. I feel like the Switch 2, whenever that comes out, is going to be a pretty dope console. But
the Switcher,
the switching. Who knows?
Twice the Switch.
Just 2 Switches taped together. That's the next console. I like overall thoughts. Pokemon Snap conclusion.
like I said, it is a game I very much so enjoyed. I feel like I didn't enjoy it as much as I should have. I still give it like an 8 out of 10, obviously, because, you know, it's a very fun experience, but just not something I could play for like a very, very long period of time as like a hardcore Pokemon fan. I got very tired of it after playing it for like more than like an hour. I'd put it down. I would even pick it up multiple times the same day. I just couldn't sit there play it for like 3-4 hours, like a bunch of games I played.
Yeah, I'd probably go a 7 out of 10. Like, the thing is, I wasn't expecting like a world-changing game. Like, I feel like people there are actually situations like this where like people are really nostalgic for a game, and like they put the game on such a pedestal that you would expect the game to be one of the best games ever made, when that's just not the case. Like, there are very, very fun games from like back in the day, but like they're not the best game. You just remember them fondly because you had a good experience with them. And I feel like Pokemon Snap is one of those games. Like, I don't know anyone who would tell you like, or tell me that Pokemon Snap is like their favorite game of all time. But like,
I think there'd be a lot of people that would say that, but they haven't played it for 20 years.
Well, okay, no, I actually disagree.
It's like the same people that say Earthbound is their favorite game when they never played as a child and they only played like the first like 4 minutes of it.
That's different. I feel like Earthbound has like that underground cult following in a way that's like, it's cool to like Earthbound. Well, it's like what I was trying to say is like, I feel like Pokemon Snap, like I don't know many people would call it their favorite game of all time, but I don't know a single person who'd say they didn't like the game. Like, so many people have fond memories of the game because the game is like, it's just like, it's everyone likes Pokemon Snap. Come on. And that's how it is. So like, people expected, because everyone loved the game so much, for Pokemon Snap on Switch to be, what is it? It's called New Pokemon Snap. Is that the name of it? I guess.
I don't even know. I think it's just New Pokemon Snap.
New Pokemon Snap. What a name. But yeah, New Pokemon Snap.
I mean, that's like Mario's MO. It's like the new Super Mario, new Pokemon Snap, the new
Nintendo 3DS with Knuckles. But yeah, like I think that people probably had too high of expectations going into this. And okay, to be fair, I think we're shitting on this more than most people. I think that most people like are saying like, "Oh, I love the new Pokemon Snap. Dope game."
We all liked it too, though. Like, we gave it like 7 and 8 out of 10s. Like, people think like you say a 7. 7's like a really, really good rating for game. That's like, that means the game was good. Yeah.
I mean, like, honestly, like, bring back fives in video game reviews. I feel like the idea of giving a game a 5 as a major publisher is like literally the death sentence for a video game. And there's like the argument that like grades are inflated, so like a 5 is actually terrible when every single game gets a 7. But like, there's also the fact that there's so much good stuff that giving a game a 5, like, there's no room anymore to be mediocre. If you're not like one of the best games ever made, like, people aren't going to buy it.
If you're not a 10, yeah. There's constant one-upmanship, I feel, right now in the video game industry. It's like everything needs to be bigger and better. It can't just be just as good as the previous. It needs to be better, or it's considered a failure.
Yeah. I mean, there was like that whole controversy when like what was it, Fallout New Vegas? It got like an 84 on Metacritic, so no one got bonuses because it wasn't considered good enough. Like 85 was the cutoff or something. But yeah, like, I mean, like, it's more that there are so many video games out there, and like people's tolerance, like people play like back in the or maybe N64 era, like people were playing N64 or whatever the console was. You weren't really going back to your SNES or NES as much as like now it's like I could play PC. But like, I'm just saying, like, the tolerance for the general consumer. Like, I could play a game made in 2013 and have no issues with it on my PC because like it's gonna look so, like, the amount of great games is like so great that like if something isn't amazing, then like a 5 out of 10 is basically a death sentence. Like a game like Balan Wonderworld, which is way better than Pokemon Snap in every single way, would do pretty well on like the PS2.
Oh, if that game came out on the Nintendo 64 when we were kids, this would be a game we remember fondly.
Okay, I mean, to be fair, like, the game is, we're saying like a scaled down version of like Balan Wonderworld, like for the N64 PlayStation 1 play. Yeah, like not if the literal game came out on the PlayStation 1, it'd be considered like
fantastic graphics.
Yeah, it would be considered one of the best games of all time. But 5 out of 10, you can't do it. Balan Wonderworld. That's what game we're reviewing this week, right? Balan Wonderland. Balloon Wonder Stuff.
Yeah, Pokemon Snap. It's pretty cool. You should probably try it if you're a Pokemon fan. Other than that, I think there's enough content in this that people are going to be playing this for many, many years to come.
Yeah,
so we didn't even talk about like the request system and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, I didn't do any of that. There was enough of this game. There was enough of this game that like I didn't do any of the side shit because I wanted to just complete the main shit. Because like I've kind of changed as a gamer. Like I used to be so neurotic before this podcast where like I was trying to do literally every single thing 100%. And because of that, like I would move at a snail's pace. And I guess Balan Wonderworld, I actually mentioned this affecting my gameplay a bit. But yeah, like when there's like a collectibles and that's like a pretty main part of the game, like I will try to collect every single thing to the detriment of me having fun. But like when a game like Celeste is like, hey, this is optional content, or like a game like Pokemon Snap has an obvious means to progression and you don't need to completionists to actually progress, like I am just spearheading towards the end of the game, towards the plot there. I don't want to do any of this extra stuff when I know that I could just do it later, and that's how I felt with Pokemon Snap.
I mean, for me, it was just like, it was more fun, because for me, for Pokemon Snap is discovering what you have to do to get those specific shots. For example, in like the first level, if you go at night, there's a Bidoof, which is like a beaver Pokemon. Bidoof, fuck yeah, Bidoof.
Is it actually Bidoof or is it Bidoof? Is my whole life a lie?
I think it's Bidoof. I'm not sure. But if you throw an apple at it while it's in the dam, it travels into it, and then its head pops up the top, and it like smiles at you. And if you took a picture of that exact moment, you get a 4-star for it.
Yeah, I think I got a 3-star, but it was something similar to that.
Or there's like a hoot you throw an apple at, and then it like for like 2 frames it like shoots his second foot out because it only has 1 foot normally, and if you take a picture of that, you get 4 stars.
Well, you're just talking about getting good shots. Like, there's also a request system where like some people on the island are like, because you're on an island. Did we even mention that?
Most of the requests are for the 4-star.
Oh, okay,
version.
Yeah. Some person's like, I need this photo of this Pokemon. Can you do it? And then it's like, okay.
Yeah, it's like, can you get Turtwig's asshole, zoomed in for me?
Can you get the goatsy of this Pokemon?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, what if it was like super like graphic? Is like they're like creepy with the
they're like it's literally just animals. Like I literally like I went to Chitwan. Okay, like I love just like using any excuse to like brag about my travels. But I went to Chitwan National Park in Nepal. Just the deep cuts here, and I have a photo of rhinos mating. So like that's literally Pokemon Snap, right?
Was it thugged out?
What the fuck does that even mean? Is the rhino sex photo thugged out? Is that photo chopped and screwed? Is that what you're asking? I don't understand. Basically, that's like a little too.
Like, what do I even? You're like, what do I even say? Like, Dana, what are you even fucking saying?
I like the chopped and screwed part, but yeah, I mean, like, isn't there like a rhino Pokemon? So like, that's basically a Pokemon Snap scene. But anyway, yeah, you cannot take any pornographic photos in Pokemon Snap. At least not yet. They might update the game.
Pokemon don't have genitals or like buttholes or like how do they poo?
I guess they don't. How do they make eggs? Do they just like throw them up?
Yeah, you don't see like holes. I want to see like a Pokemon game that's like anatomically correct.
Fuck this conversation. There are places where you can see holes of Pokemon on the internet, and I'm not gonna go there.
They need to have an M-rated, anatomically
if you want to see holes,
game.
the world is yours, man.
I want to see Monster Hunter.
Just don't bring me into that.
Where you're like fucking Attack on Titaning like a Tyranitar or something like that, like crazy style. Like I want to see crazy shit like that.
That's like the difference between like Pokemon and not Digimon didn't actually have this, but like all these other things that like try to copy Pokemon, it's like they just make it weird. They make it like too real in some way.
I like Digimon though. I used to like Digimon.
I love
more
Digimon
than
too.
Pokemon as a kid.
I liked the Digimon show better than Pokemon, but I did not give a shit about Digimon like media like outside of the show.
I used to collect the cards and the toys. The toys were really cool. I liked the show a lot. I think I always used to get in an argument like my friend would be like, "Oh no, Pokemon are stronger than Digimon." I'm like, Digimon can literally like eat a planet. Like
there's that like one like just Digimon that straight bones. That shit was dope, and it could just like if it met a Pikachu, it would rip it in half. It'd be dead. It would just decapitate it and just like drink its blood. What's that one show? There's like it had like a bouncing eyeball.
Oh, that was Monster Hunter.
Really?
I think.
I thought Monster Hunter was the game.
Oh, this is the image I was looking for. No, it's Monster Rancher.
Monster Ranch, because yeah, they made a literal like PS1 game on Monster Ranch. Is considered one of the worst PS1 games of all time.
I liked Monster Rancher.
No,
too,
I loved Monster Rancher the show, and I feel like everyone remembers it if they like see it, but like no one thinks about the show anymore. Like it's kind of just died out to the lexicon. But yeah, for the PS2. Or maybe it was the PS2 for PlayStation 1, Monster Rancher Hop About was like considered one of the worst games of all time. It's like you just bounce on shit. What pictures did you send me? That's the question. You sent me like a dog on
it's like
fire.
how Pokemon evolve, and then it's like how Digimon evolve.
Okay. He did not send me a dog on fire, by the way. That's a really out of context. No, he sent me like a photoshopped like fire dog Pokemon. But yeah, it's just like as a dog, and then all of a sudden it's a dog with flames coming out of it. And like the Digimon is just like, it's like going through space and time itself and then coming out with an Uzi. So yeah, it's...
Digimon were just cooler and edgier.
Digimon were edgy Pokemon. I'm willing to say that.
And
I'm willing to go that
like
far.
The Christian like church camp version, and like Digimon were like those like punk kids like under the stairs like offering you a cigarette.
Yeah, I mean like Pokemon coming out of church, all the crosses, basically Neon Genesis Evangelion, pretty much crosses everywhere. Dude, I want to see a Pokemon Neon Genesis Evangelion crossover. I want to see Ash in the robot.
With like Pikachu as what's her fucking name? Who's the girl with the red hair?
Asuka?
Yeah.
No,
Pikachu as
like
Asuka.
Ash would go nuts in the robot and just like rip Pikachu in half. I think that's the second time in like 5 minutes I've mentioned ripping a Pikachu in half. Something's wrong with me.
I don't remember the first time.
Something about a Digimon. Just fucking shit up with the bone skeleton.
Oh, that's right. You're like Bone Skeleton. He was super cool.
He was legitimately super cool. Like almost as cool as like no better time to bring this up. I was not actually doing this, but I feel the pain of this is actually like weeks old at this point, but I've been meaning to bring this up for a while. I just get on with the fucking topic, Sam. Stop preambling. Lightning McQueen Crocs. Very cool.
Oh,
no one could get them. Scalpers, man. Have you tried to order anything online recently that's like limited edition?
Yeah, that's because I kind of know how to do it.
No,
can, like,
okay.
pay bots to
I
do
think
it
I
for
think it
you.
was Target. Target was selling Lightning McQueen.
So there's actually a story behind these. Wasn't there a guy who made his own, and then like he went out to Croc, and then they like made him like a custom pair just for him?
No, I thought Lightning McQueen Crocs like were being sold at Target in very limited numbers, and they were sold out immediately.
No, there's like a whole like story behind them. I believe it was like a guy who like got the whole thing going. Because what happened with Crocs being like shoes for diabetics? Suddenly they're like trendy. What happened?
Lightning McQueen Crocs are going for $200 on eBay. If you pay more than like $1 for a Croc, $1 per Croc, so $2 a pair.
Have you ever worn Crocs?
I wore a pair of when Crocs came out, I wanted them and I got a knockoff pair and they suck so bad I never wore them again.
I've never wanted them, nor have I ever worn them, but like apparently they're trendy now. I don't get it.
I don't even think they're trendy. I think like it's
Oh, dude, at my mall, if you go to the Crocs store, like before they open, there's like a line of like 40 people.
I don't know. I don't even think it's like everyone has their own little bubble where things are like popular, and like I feel like Crocs used to be full on hated, and now like there's just like a subset.
If you're Croc core,
yeah, if you're Croc core, then you're down with Crocs. But like, yeah, everyone just has like their own interest now, and like Crocs are one of those things. Like I have my brands I like. There isn't that much crossover in the.
I'm a Uniqlo.
You're a Uniqlo stan.
Yeah,
stan actually might be appropriate.
I tried saying Uniqlo, but with ho in it, Uniqlo. But I can't speak English.
It's just pretty lame. It also would just be lame even if you could speak it.
Speaking on the topic of shoes, remember how Skechers used to be shoes marketed towards like middle schoolers, and now they're exclusively marketed towards like late middle-aged men?
Well, I mean that's the thing. Like the middle schoolers became middle-aged men.
Well, they were marketed towards like when I was like a middle schooler, and now that's like old people shoes.
Well, wasn't there like similar to like Cribs, like an article on like $300 Skechers?
The shape ups, you remember those? Like all the old people wearing them.
I have no idea what you're talking about, man. I'm sorry. I'm still on the Lightning McQueen Crocs thing, where they sold out immediately, and I don't even like Crocs. I just feel the pain of all these people. Like the Analog Pocket is gonna have pre-orders for their second thing, and I'm just fully expecting to not get one. Like any product that's limited, I just don't expect to get.
This actually brings me into like another topic. It's actually kind of topical based on what we are going on. Pokemon cards. For those who don't know, there's a huge issue for Pokemon cards that you can't find them anywhere. Basically, everyone is waiting outside all the Walmarts, all the Targets, all everywhere,
and just fighting people.
Cards to buy them and then resell them, because you buy a box for $50, you can resell it for like $150. It's pretty crazy right now. So as of recently, it's gotten so crazy that people are robbing people at gunpoint outside of Targets to steal their cards. So it's gotten to the point where Walmart and Target has announced that they are no longer selling cards anymore, like Pokemon cards at all whatsoever.
I mean, yeah,
and sports.
I understand that. Like, if me selling a product increased robberies outside my store or like fights, I would be like, is it really worth it? That and the fact that like, even though they're selling out immediately, like their stock is their stock. They're not making like that much more money. I feel like it's not worth the amount of pain caused to their stores to continue stocking these items.
No, it is a huge thing because Pokemon is the number one license in the world. It's bigger than any other license that exists currently.
I mean, they're still selling like plushies and shit, right?
Yeah, they're selling. It's like the whole market, but like Pokemon cards it's the biggest thing. Like
Pokemon cards are big, but I feel like if you're talking about like children, like the other stuff's still gonna sell. Like yeah, they're taking a hit, but like they're not completely giving up on the Pokemon name. I just think it's like imagine like you're looking for a fight, so you just go to the fucking Target. It's like, oh, people are buying Pokemon cards. Let me just punch some people.
Let's fight them. Yeah. I mean, the
Pokemon Fight Club.
It's just going to get worse because it's going to drive up the prices, and people are like, "Oh, you just get on their website now because you can get it at Walmart.com and Target.com," but bots are just going to buy them out now. So
why? What is the mentality of the Pokemon company to not produce more cards?
They can't. Like, it's just so
production.
So the product that's coming out right now would have had to have been produced like March of last year because they have to produce this stuff in multiple years. Like COVID put down production for every product. I work in a game store. I can name 20 products that are like a year behind in production because like puzzles, for example.
Yeah, literally like we're seeing like society like kind of collapse right now because of it. Like housing prices have gone like triple because they can't actually like get the wood to build them, and like the Suez Canal shit just like obviously that was a big meme, but like it's just like a larger problem. Like there's underlying problems in shipping that aren't really coming to light, and like we're gonna just see a lot of shortages because
it's less shipping and more just the factories weren't open. So it's like if product that was a year out was being produced then, they can't just start producing that product when the factory's open because they have to produce next season's product. You know, it just puts everything behind, and then and so on and so forth. So it sucks.
Yeah, we're seeing ripple effects right now, but I don't know. Like, do you think that going forward, the Pokemon company is like, if they have the ability, they're just gonna like manufacture like triple the amount of cards per set? Like,
they're trying to. They're trying to. They absolutely are trying to. But the problem is like they could triple it, and the demand still would not be met. We sell every piece of Pokemon card. For to give you an example, we used to get booster boxes, which refers to for those who know, I work.
I had the fucking coolest aunt in the world. I don't know if aunt's the right word. They were somehow related to me. I think they were like maybe like a second cousin, but they were like the same age as an aunt. And they worked in like they worked for like a large scale like warehouse that like had like toy manufacturing. I would get like every year a booster box of Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and I'd just be like, fucking open 60, and like it
sounds like that's like a dream.
Yeah, legitimately.
Do you have any of those cards still?
No, I gave them all to my younger cousin, and like literally worth thousands, and including a lot of Pokemon cards.
You're probably worth a lot more than that now.
Yeah, but I don't know. They enjoyed them, so I'm not regretting it that much.
To go back on my topic, I was saying a booster box is 36 packs of cards. We used to struggle to sell them for the pre-order price of $89.99, and then the retail price of $99.99. Mind you, MSRP at the time was $143.99. It's just that's what they used to sell for because just how things were. Otherwise, you wouldn't sell them.
Because you're trying to sell multiple things at once. You give them a bulk discount, right?
Yeah. So now we can sell booster boxes for almost $200, and they all sell out the moment we open.
I mean, I feel like it's not even like half of it's the actual renewed interest in Pokemon because of the pandemic, but then like the other half is like people are literally using this as a speculative asset. They think they can make money off it, right?
It's a multi-faceted issue, actually. So it's what people don't realize is that basically everyone under 35 likes Pokemon. Every year, a new generation of little kids gets into Pokemon, and that interest may wane over time, but they're going to get back into it when they get into their early teens, then late 20s, and then adulthood. And what's happening right now is I'm 31 years old. I grew up with the original Pokemon. My generation, their kids are starting to get to an age where they like Pokemon, so the parents are getting back into it with their kids as a way to connect with their kids, which is really cool. Like most people that come in my store are like people who grew up with it.
Just like the
coming in
NES
with
and
their-
SNES Classic, like a large
Yeah.
demographic of that. It's like, oh, this is like a chance to bond with my kids on the games I grew up with.
Yeah. So, but what's funny is like the parents are getting more into it than the kids are. Like the dad's like, yeah, we're gonna buy this booster box, right? And the kid's like, okay, and the dad just wants to open it.
Yeah.
And on top of which, it's the generation of kids currently, like the 16, 17, 18, 19-year-olds. They grew up like selling sneakers, like very industrious, entrepreneurial kids that have more money than they know what to do with, and they're all buying Pokemon cards, man. Like it's like the perfect storm of like all these things happening at once. They're making the want like insane.
If I didn't know that a Charizard was like $3,000, if someone just showed me a Charizard right now, I'd just be like, oh, that's dope. That's cool. I used to have that. Or not maybe that card specifically, but like, yeah, I don't know a single person my age that doesn't think Pokemon cards are cool. I know a lot of people my age that think Yu-Gi-Oh cards suck, but not Pokemon cards.
Well, but it's like literally I work at a card shop every single day. Every single day, like there's random like late 20s, early 30s people come in and see our case full of cards. They see like original Charizard in there, some of their original favorite cards, and they're like, holy shit, like those are so cool. I remember those from my kid. Are they worth a lot now? I'm like, yeah, look at the price tag. It says $1,000 on it. Like, holy fuck, you know?
Yeah, and then it's getting people to come out. I don't know. If I'm looking I want to start a Pokemon fight club. I want to just get punched
Like
in the stomach and then just like puke out.
We dress up as Pokemon and just like fight each other.
No, I'm thinking like for some reason my visual is me getting punched in the stomach and puking out like holograph Charizards. but like
you ingest Pokemon cards.
Like I guess the underlying thought there would be we eat a bunch of Pokemon cards and then fight each other, which is like when you think of a Pokemon fight club, that's like the weirdest. Like am I actually on drugs right now? But no,
So you're gonna force feed us Pokemon cards and then have us fight until we throw them up?
Sure, let's go with that. I mean, like the obvious answer is just fighting for Pokemon cards, but mine is way cooler.
I think you just want people to puke up like cards for some reason.
I'm obsessed with the idea of like getting a Black Lotus Magic card and like just eating it on camera and just because what $30,000 at this point. I assume Magic is also skyrocketed in price. Same with Pokemon.
No,
really?
Magic is complete. So here's the thing about Pokemon. Anyone that has ever tangentially had any interest in Pokemon at any point in their life might buy Pokemon cards. Now, for Magic and Yu-Gi-Oh, that's a very player-centric game. There are no tournaments. There's no playing because
of COVID. Yeah, so it's not really collecting at this point. Like
no one collects those games.
If you're already into it, maybe, but like no one's coming into it now because
yeah.
I mean, they're probably
Versus
playing
Pokemon
like Magic is probably more popular than ever just because of Magic Online and Arena or whatever.
No, Magic
really?
is actually dying. Well, Magic Arena is doing very well, like their online service.
No, that's exactly what I'm saying. Like
But
the
it's
actual
like- but
concept
like-
of
but
Magic
like-
is probably doing well, but the actual physical card game that may not be doing well.
The card game, all the prices are stagnating, which I'm telling people, if you have Magic cards, hold on to them because as soon as tournament season starts open, all that shit's gonna fly the fuck up.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like that's healthier though. Like you should have something that allows people to actually play it without spending thousands of dollars.
Oh,
So
yeah,
like
I love
I'm
Magic
happy
Online,
Magic
man.
is gone online. I also don't give a shit because I don't play Magic, but Hearthstone is apparently pretty similar.
If you want to check it out, you should check it out. It's really fun.
Okay. This was a nerdy ass conversation.
Well, what the fuck? We're both nerdy motherfuckers. What do you
Yeah, I don't
expect?
know. I mean, like that just like brings me to like me being uncomfortable in Mission Barbecue.
Yeah, you were. I was gonna say like we fucking didn't I tell you about that when I went to Mission Barbecue? I had an uncomfortable experience.
Actually, can you explain? So, first of all, I've never been to a Mission Barbecue, but I ate their food once. Like someone just brought it, and this is the first time I actually went to Mission Barbecue. What is your thoughts about Mission Barbecue?
So I'm gonna go into my experience with Mission Barbecue, and then we can go into yours. All right. So first off, it's one of the most try-hard places I've ever seen in my life. So you walk into this place called Mission Barbecue. Every square inch of the wall is like we
support our troops.
Support our troops. We back the blue. Like we don't kneel. Like they literally at noon, all customers are required to stand and say the pledge with all the employees, or you'll be asked to leave.
I think they actually have a thin blue line like flag everywhere. Like things that are like not like it's not even just being patriotic. It's being like controversially patriotic. It's like this is like a little too far, man.
Yeah. So I was just super uncomfortable eating there. Mind you, the food is good as fuck. But
I've had better barbecue, but and if you've ever been to northern Chicago, there's a couple chains called Real Urban Barbecue. I recommend them. They're pretty good. But yeah, I mean, my entire story was brief, but I was just like in here and I'm like, holy shit, this should not be okay. Like this is a level
like try hard as fuck.
No,
right?
it's not even that it's try hard as fuck, because it is like restaurants have themes, and like some like are loosely themed, and then you have like Rainforest Cafe level of theming. Like this is like Rainforest Cafe level of theming, but like
this
not
is like themed after your uncle that says the N word under his breath.
Yeah, okay. That's a good way to put it. Honestly, so all I was going to say is that like I've never been more uncomfortable in a restaurant in my life. And it's not okay, I get it. I do not agree politically with a lot of the stuff at Mission Barbecue, but I'm just like imagine if you're in like Germany and you see a restaurant like Mission Barbecue in Germany and it's like we love fucking Germany. We're German. Go Germany. I'm like, I would be uncomfortable in this restaurant.
Yeah.
Like there's a reason why a lot of places are not as patriotic as the US. I feel like
it's like it's very strange.
That's all I wanted to bring up.
Everything in regards to it.
That's all I wanted to bring up. Basically, our own little Nazi barbecue place.
That's basically, I mean, that's essentially what it is. It's like, we don't kneel for our flag. Like, every square inch of the place has, like, signs that, like, say that. Like, you are actually required to stand and say the pledge, like, at noon every day if you're there.
Would you rather say the pledge or line dance with the Texas Roadhouse people?
I used to line dance with them when I was a kid because I was a very cute child.
Because you didn't have shame yet?
No.
What's the average age of gaining shame? Is it after one embarrassing moment?
I did not gain shame until probably after high school, to be honest.
Actually, yeah, I'm trying to think. Like, there were definitely times when, like, I did the most cringy shit. So, like, early half of high school, I did the most cringy shit and, like was proud of it. And then, like,
absolutely.
Later half of high school, I did cringy shit and I was embarrassed by it. So, some things never change. The cringy shit. It's just the level of shame.
It's the difference between doing cringy shit and then feeling bad about it, and just never doing cringy shit because you already feel bad about everything you ever do. Which is
it's the evolution. The first part is doing cringy shit and then not caring about it. We've said cringy shit. Like saying cringy shit is cringy shit. Saying the word saying things is cringe. That's cringe.
We literally had a topic on Lightning McQueen Crocs, so it's like,
I mean, that's pretty dope. I'm not saying that's not dope. It's dope.
Boy fresh.
It's dope. I mean, like, want to know what's dope?
Fucking no.
You don't? Okay.
Yeah, I do. What
the fuck are they doing? They're making like 3 Aqua Teen Hunger Force movies. No, they're not. That would be actually dope. But they're making 3 Adult Swim movies. One of which is Aqua Teen Hunger.
This is insane to me. Like, I thought these are all
dead properties. Aqua Teen Hunger Force, Metalocalypse, and Venture Bros. Out of all those 3, I'm most excited for Aqua Teen, but like most excited as like a movie, but like for the actual series, I'm probably most excited for Metalocalypse because I know they did that show dirty and they never actually finished it.
I'm very happy for them. They did the same thing with Venture Brothers, though. They were supposed to have a final season and just cut off the story.
I remember I liked individual Venture Bros episodes, but I never got into the show. That's a me issue though.
Yeah, it's a good show though. I mean, I think most people can agree. Like, even if you didn't like follow every single episode of shows, like almost every Adult Swim show was like fucking fantastic.
There are some bad shows. I think.
Oh, like, yeah, of course.
I think Minority Team comes to mind. I think that's probably the worst Adult Swim show.
That's really, really bad. Actually.
I mean, and not even because of the problematic nature. It was just like trying too hard to be funny and like being offensive.
It was not good and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But no, this is actually an interesting move from and like the original creators are actually like involved with it, like Brendan Small and stuff like that. So I think that's really cool. They're going out of their way. What I'm worried about is this movie's not doing well because the only people that care about this stuff are like people in their 30s.
So I'm not sure if you read the part where like these are coming to streaming services.
Yeah.
So it's coming to HBO Max. HBO Max actually, HBO Max partnered with Adult Swim. I've been watching a shit ton of Tom Goes to the Mayor on Adult Swim
really?
on HBO because it's all available for streaming on fucking.
It's on I might have to buy HBO Max.
Like because like
Tom Goes to the Mayor is like 10 out of 10.
That's the thing. The episodes hold up. I was actually pretty surprised about that. Like some of the gross out humor in like Tim and Eric doesn't hold up, but like I think that like Tom Goes to the Mayor, it was like their first thing. They were a lot more like dry, and I feel like it. Yeah, exactly. It's more relatable in a certain way, even though the show is batshit insane sometimes.
It's like The Office. If The Office didn't make me want to fucking end it all.
Yeah, exactly. So, I guess I enjoyed The Office except for the last 2 seasons, but I'm able to like the more what's the word I'm looking for? Like the more milquetoast. Everyone could view. Okay, actually, drop it. I don't know. I like The Office. But yeah, like all the Adult Swim shit is going on HBO Max, so I'm not surprised. I think it's like HBO Max, and then like after 90 days, it's able to be syndicated or like put in theaters or something like that. It's like an exclusivity clause. But I like the Aqua Teen Hunger Force movie. I remember that movie being so polarized in theaters. Like I know people who saw it and weren't Aqua Teen. Yeah, I loved it too, but like it was not a good move for it to be in theaters, mainly because they did an advertising campaign that people thought another 9/11 was going to happen. Like, it's like, oh, these light brights might as well shut down Boston.
It's kind of like when they have any super hyper niche show or anything have a movie, it's like, unless you're really into it, you're not going to enjoy it.
Yeah, I know so many people viscerally hated that movie because they don't know Aqua Teen. So, like, I honestly don't think... I think this is a better move than their original... movies that they made, because like it's going on to HBO Max, it's going on a streaming service. I feel like streaming services aren't in your face with new content that much compared to like, okay, actually they are in your face with new content, but it's very easier to avoid it. Like, you're gonna see a lot of people maybe click on it and stop watching after 5 minutes and not feel like they were getting ripped off by like going to a movie or something like that. So
I'm actually kind of excited to have both of us watch it and like talk about it. Like, I think that'll be a lot of fun.
It being Aqua Teen?
Yeah.
I'll probably watch that one. I might watch the Metalocalypse one. I'll be honest, I think when the show moved to 20-minute episodes, I was like so not into it that I just never watched the show again. But maybe I'll rewatch the first Metalocalypse, because it used to be 10-minute episodes.
Yeah, I completely agree. That was the biggest downfall of Adult Swim, is when all their shows went to like 20 minutes or 21 minutes or whatever. Because it was a lot funnier when it was just like slapstick, like 15 minutes and then over. And then they had to have like an overarching theme. And they had to like have some like grand theatrical thing, which I if you don't know anything about me, I cannot deal with singing. Any singing and anything just makes me feel so uncomfortable.
I think there's like some moments in Aqua Teen where they sing, but like it's like for 30 seconds and it's so stupid.
Yeah.
Exactly. I like 11-minute episodes, and like honestly, like Adult Swim is like one of the only places where you see 11-minute episodes on TV. I mean, I don't really know about current TV, if I'm being honest, but yeah, like you're talking about being able to expand on an idea, but like not. It could be a really stupid idea. Like it could just be like. Frat bros from space crashes on Earth. You only have to do that for 11 minutes. You don't have to make like a whole episode for that.
What's the current fucking lineup on Adult Swim right now?
It's probably some shit. Does Adult Swim does TV actually exist? I don't know anyone who watches actual TV except for old people. And what old person watches Adult Swim?
Oh, this looks terrible.
Adult Swim current.
So it's like American Dad, Bob's Burgers, Rick and Morty, Family Guy.
Oh yeah, I forgot Rick and Morty was an Adult Swim original, right?
Okay, they're still playing then they do two episodes of Robot Chicken and then Bob's Burgers.
To be fair, wasn't Saturday always anime?
I'm looking at Monday.
Oh, okay.
So it looks like it's like 90% American Dad and Bob's Burgers.
I mean, it always was like half Family Guy.
Yeah, but I always liked it. But it's like 3 episodes of Family Guy in a row, and it would only be like King of the Hill, 1 American Dad, then like Family Guy. It just becomes very streamlined. It seems like they don't have like any original shows anymore.
Dude, tune in at 10:30 p.m. on Tuesday the 18th and watch Pickle Rick.
No.